Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Tool Shop. Today, in the wonderful Canadian winters, it is like minus 30 right now. So what am I? Outside blacksmithing, of course. Anyways, so recently I made this festive little handle for my wire brush, which I didn't have a handle for, and I kept burning my hand when I was trying to scrape off scale of these massive pieces of metal. When I'm, holding my hand this close and the metal's right there. So I finally made a handle for it, and I like having it really close to my anvil. But every time I go to use it, I have to keep bending down, picking it up, and that's just not convenient for me. So what I'm planning to do is to make a little tool that I can set right into my pritcher hole right here. Kind of like a hold down, but to the side. And it's going to have a little hook on the end. And I'm going to try and make it as nice as I can, and it's just so I can hold the wire brush right there, brush off the material, set it back, and not have the chance of it falling off. So other than that, let's cut the metal and throw it in the forge. Alright, I got my metal clamped up. This is 1/2 inch round bar for my just over 1/2 inch pritcher hole. I'm going to measure over, I want about 2 inches in the hole, and then it's got to go over probably about another inch, so I'm going to give about 1.5 inches, and I want probably about an inch radius hole, so I'm going to say about 6 inches of material. My 6 inches cut, let's go throw it in the forge. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to bring it over to the other side, start forging down to taper. Next, just gonna clean this up, maybe try and pull this in a little bit more. Then I'm gonna taper over this end. Once I flip it around, heat that end up. I'm gonna set it in and try and bend it over as far as I can. Alright, so now that I got the hook part made, now I'm going to heat up this end. I'm going to taper over the inside, and I'm going to set it into probably about there and try and bend it over as far as I can. What I'm doing right now is just chamfering the edges. Just something I like to do for something of personal preference. Now that's bent over, just gonna straighten everything up. Probably go a few more, probably another 2 heats or so just to clean the rest of this up. And then show you the finished product and how I seal my metal as well. how this is gonna work is I'll just be able to set this onto here and I'll be able to grab and go. So, with that being said, that's my last heat. I'm going to just quickly use my wire brush, clean it up. And for those of you who are new to blacksmithing, I'm going to show you guys how I seal all my blacksmith made items as well. How it gets this lovely black finish on it. As you can see, it's silver gray, as metal should be. But I'm going to show you guys just how I actually seal it. So I'm just going to go get the stuff while that cools down just a tiny bit. Alright, so what I have here is all natural beeswax from a local beekeeping place. So what I'm going to do is just going to use this just aside from my Anvil. I don't want it covered in beeswax. And since it's still hot, it's not to any color change, so not anesthetizing, or I don't know how to pronounce the word, but that word. You just rub it on, let it melt, cover the, let it melt, flow over all of the metal, and it will actually seal the metal. So how this works, as from what I understand of it, is that hot metal is kind of like someone's face, for example. It has pores in it, right? So on the surface of the metal, when it gets heated up, those pores open, exactly like how someone's face would open up with pores. The pores on the surface of the metal also open up. So what happens is that when I rub this on while it's still hot, is that the wax melts and goes into each one of those pores, just on the surface of the metal. It doesn't go any deeper than the surface. And then once it cools down, it will actually keep hold of a little bit of that wax on the surface, which actually prolongs the life of the metal and stops it from rusting as well. Or at least slows it down from rusting anyways. One thing to be careful of when using this beeswax method of, or I guess any method of applying some form of oil or wax coating to hot metal, is that if the metal is too hot, is that there is a chance of actually, with the gas as you saw, or the vapors coming off of the molten wax, there's a high chance that if you have the metal too hot, it will actually combust, and you'll have these massive flames just come up. So I'm gonna go let this cool down, and then I'll be right back with you. It doesn't need to be held in or anything, but it's there, and then I can just take my wire brush and just throw it on it. So that way, anytime I'm working on anything, say if I need to, I can just bring it up, reach over, grab it, and go. Alright guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed that video. This is the final product, all sealed up, made, cooled down. We have the little hook here, little area just to cover the overhang of the anvil, and the shank to go into a pritcher hole. As you can see, it just drops in, and I now have a hook for it. So, thank you for watching guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll see you in the next one.